He really turned his life around.
Turned it around.
Brought it around town.
Are you looking forward to any last experiences before you guys go off to college?
I'd kind of like to do that thing that we said we were going to do when you walked into English.
We shouldn't bring that up in this conversation.
There was. We want to do something in English class.
And see, I'm not in John's English class.
And by the time this interview airs, we might have already done it.
So I figure we can probably tell them about it. Mm-hmm. Tell them how it goes, John.
Shall I show the plan? So we're planning, as of this moment, hasn't occurred yet. So about good 10 to 15 minutes in English class, I hear a phone call. My ringtone is something really jazzy, so it's just
do it at zig-zag.
Jazz just goes off through the room. I pick up. I hear a voice on the other line asking me, "What am I up to?" And I'm like, "I'm doing nothing. Just an English class, nothing important. What's going on?" Then I get asked if I want to go outside, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, totally. I'll be out there in 5 minutes." Then I hang up my phone, ask very politely to Mr. Kuhn if I can go use the restroom, and I walk out the room.
Now, important caveat, at this point, John has already come into the room 10 minutes late, talking loudly and boisterously on his cell phone, like, no, I'll catch you later. No, call me at, okay, whatever. Sorry, Mr. Kuhn, I was having a meeting with the teacher.
And then immediately, almost immediately, within 5 seconds of hanging up, the next phone call comes in. So.
John got into Duke.
Did you hear that John Horatio Greenberg, was recently accepted?
You guys.
I was really happy for him.
You guys.
And I guess Eric got into Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I hear it's got Vanderbilt prestigious school. I hear it's got majors in different shapes.
The Collins College of the South, they call it.
Coloring inside the lines.
You're taking, yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you taking is your major animal sounds?
Oh my. I haven't decided yet.
The cow says
what,
Eric?
undecided.
The cow says what? Eric, this is part of, you can't graduate without this, Eric.
Eric, this is like your thesis.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The cow says what?
Moo.
Wow. Stephen Hawking is making, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Stephen. Oh God. Yeah. You know, he didn't show up to that.
I was about to say.
He didn't show up to that thing.
He had the audacity.
Yeah.
To miss his own presentation.
Yeah, a brief history of being a jerk, I guess.
Just because he got sick and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
what are you, Stephen Hawking? Who are you? Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are, Stephen?
I'm
God, what a grade A jerk.
I does what I want.
Grade A jerk.
Yeah. His heart is a black hole.
That man.
What a jerk. Next question.
Is there any class in particular with a group of people that you guys just love or have or before?
They're snapping together?
Yeah, it was jazz band.
Yeah.
From jazz band, we've got so many memorable moments from the 2-2-2-2-2.
Two?
All right, that's good enough for jazz, John.
Okay.
Good enough for jazz.
Yeah, no one will
good
get
enough
that.
For jazz.
There's that time that we thought we could write a book, but there were rocks in our bed and smoking in our eyes.
And Jambalaya Jane was knocking outside the door.
She was wearing her shiny stockings.
With Minnie the Moocher right there. I mean, there was just...
And it didn't help because I know Oblo.
Here we are in a caravan,
that's all she speaks.
And...
That's really too bad. Yeah, it's more than nothing.
Night and day, I guess. That's what she was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, next question.
But no, we can... This is a serious part that can actually go in the...
John?
Come on. You know what?
Okay, we'll do it your way. Whatever. You want to be...
we'll do it live!
Hot button cop on the loose? Sure, whatever, John.
You guys all go?
Sure.
All right. Memorable classes. I have to one in particular.
Other than jazz band.
Other than jazz band.
Which is more of a lifestyle than a class.
Which is jazz. Jazz is jazz.
Jazz is the most jazzy form of jazz.
Excuse me.
But other than that, I'd have to say 10th grade English, British Lit. with DC.
DC.
Dr. Carter. I mean,
Rep
such a memorable class. Eric and I would spend about most of the class, nay, all of the class.
We spend most of the time
in the back of the classroom, just talking about whatever, because like, when is British literature ever going to help me in my life?
Maybe hollering at some hunters walking by.
Why did that even happen?
Why did written even happen? I don't understand. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is,
it's obsolete now that America's here.
Yeah, because America is just, I mean, we just use England to make America the best.
Hello, I'm Britain.
You're hot and you're cold.
Yeah, yes and you're no.
You're in and you're out.
You're up and you're down.
Enough of that.
You're wrong. Oh yeah, enough of that. But Eric and I would talk all of class, and Dr. Carter's daughter, Sophie, would get blamed every single time. Every single time we talked. So Sophie would get yelled at by her mother for Eric and my conversations. And I found that quite humorous.
The light switches are there.
In the back? Yep.
Thanks.
We'll get it.
Are you?
Other than that, though,
Let's see.
well, 10th grade chemistry was a keeper because we just did the same thing.
We've done the same thing in every class we were in together.
I need to give an anecdote because they like those.
An anecdote, you say?
One time
Will
when you were asked what R is.
That didn't happen.
Okay. So here's okay. So we're in chemistry. Eric and I are in the back of Wilkins' classroom because this is 10th grade, so Eric and I are all quiet and shy and sit in the back all the time.
Yeah.
So Eric's just asleep. Eric's just out of it, just completely asleep. And we had been talking about, I forget what it was, something, I've got no idea what it was, but it had to do with a letter, let's just say R. Had to do, or was it moles maybe? Or I don't know. Anyway, so Mr. Wilkins is going on and on and on and on about this one thing, and he knows Eric's asleep. So after about 10 minutes, he asks, so Eric, what does R stand for? And Eric jolts up, awake, finally, for the first time in all class, and proceeds to go on for a good 7 to 8 minutes about
Senior speech length.
about the length of his senior, probably longer than his senior speech, about what the letter R could mean, how it can mean many different things. It could mean the radius. It could be Rubik's cubes. And Mr. Wilkins just let him go and had no intention of stopping him.
Yeah, I was waiting for about 15 seconds for him to stop me.
And finally Eric just went on, just kept on going on for like 8 minutes, and until he finally ran out of steam and had almost exhausted every possible word in the English language that began with R. And then Mr. Wilkins was like, not really, that's not really what R means. And Eric was just, oh.
I still don't know what R means.
Eric still doesn't know what it was. Still has no idea what R was.
I took summer chemistry, and so I don't even know what chemistry is.
But really, I have
That was
everything.
That was good times.
I have everything to thank.
God, you know, a lot of funny things from 10th grade.
A lot of funny. 10th grade was a fun year.
10th grade was,
I didn't even have a beer back then.
I know, my God.
Jesus.
There was a time Mr. Flail made Kendrick cry. That's not going to be included, but that was hilarious.
I also remember the time that Mr. Flail described the heat outside as hotter than a Las Vegas stripper.
Mr. Chuck Flail.
Chuck
Flail also went on about
if you are getting a copy of this DVD, or more likely in Laserdisc, because you're in, Alaska, where they don't have technology, Chuck Flail, thank you for teaching me how to be just so dismissive and just, I mean, without your help, I don't think that I could dismiss people half as well as I do right now. I mean,
but on the other end of the spectrum,
Eric, I mean, it was just fantastic dismissing.
Chuck Flail used to go on and on
and on and on
about how he would, on Sundays, every Sunday, he would break in. He would go to his convenience store, and he would steal donuts.
He would steal donuts and beer.
He would steal donuts and beer every Sunday from the convenience store at like 10 in the morning, so he could get his buzz on all day.
Before the football.
Before the football games. And about a good 3/4 of our class believed him in his story how he would steal. How he would steal donuts and beer.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I think on the opposite end of the spectrum is Catherine Smith, who I think was probably one of the nicest people in the entire school. I know, don't you love her? Mm-hmm. Hey, congratulations on the AP Teacher Award. You definitely are number one.
Yeah. Number one in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. Been on many trips with Miss Smith. Never had a class. It's a regret I have.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah, she got me my job at the hospital. Basically, without her, I would not have gotten it.
You wouldn't have gotten your doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a title you can't take lightly, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They did take it away, the doctorate, but after that time.
Eric, you were... I don't want to talk about your experiments right now, but...
With the puppies,
yeah. Yeah, with the puppies.
You're
Yeah.
pushing
What other...
You're pushing the limits of morality, Eric.
Yeah.
With that. I mean,
What is this, rapture?
This isn't, we're not in Russia, okay?
Well, they wouldn't let me go into Russia.
Well, I know.
With the
Because
giant bags of
Because you got your...
potassium nitrate or something.
It was my carry-on, okay?
Okay, whatever.
Fit in the slot.
Colin, this question is directed to you. Would you ever consider being taught a doctorate in psychology by a man on the streets?
I think we should tell that story.
Well,
If
if I were, let's see, if I were to be taught a doctorate in psychology by some kind of guy on the street with blue pants, like Homer Simpson blue pants, who had talked about how, you know, I mean, in this hypothetical situation that I met this guy and he said, you know, that maybe he was an all-star basketball player and that he was high on top of the world and that he was indeed responsible for giving a woman her doctorate in psychology. I mean, I suppose I would have to accept that hypothetically, yeah. Yeah, next question.
When we drove your car, you taught us how to drive stick on your car.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was great.
yeah.
Colin, if you don't know, drives that awesome red bug that you see in the park.
By the way, I'm actually selling it right now. Please contact me if it has not already been sold. By the time this premieres, I will be at the prom. You will probably find me. I believe I'll be wearing some kind of leisure suit. But just come to me. I am selling the car as well as a red 1986 Honda Elite scooter.
Ooh, you should snatch that up
bargain.
right
That
now.
is a
Hey,
bargain.
listen, at Honest Collins 2-vehicle storage lot sale extravaganza, we will consider all reasonable offers.
Nobody meets Colin.
Nobody beats Colin. But yeah, I taught these two kids. Oh, it's like they were this high just yesterday. Getting all choked up. But I taught them how to drive stick shift on my much loved 1975 red Volkswagen Super Beetle. And Eric broke my key.
And then there was the time where I got stuck in some woman's driveway.
That was pretty embarrassing.
I couldn't get out of. I couldn't get it moving forward.
It was just some random woman's driveway that John had backed into.
And I could
got
not get it into first gear, and I could not drive it out.
Excuse me.
I could not do that. And
So she came out.
She came out and asked if we were having any problems.
To which I said, no, just teaching the kids how to drive, ma'am.
And yeah, and he taught us how to drive.
Yeah, they can drive all the way up to 4
He
speeds.
taught us good.
Real good. Next question.
Directed to you, how's that Inca Cola?
Inca Cola, the national beverage of Peru, has been described as like cream soda or bubblegum. I find that neither of those descriptions describe it or even slightly cognizant. You would have to be very foolish to think that. It is a delicious bubbly treat from a land which I am not from.
It's really unlike anything else.
Where are you from, Colin?
I was born in Havana, Cuba. Yes, I am Cuban. Next question.
Do you guys have anything to say? Not questions, just anything to say to your peers, classmates,
Advice.
teachers?
Should we give advice?
Yeah,
I think no one's more qualified to give advice than us.
okay, I got some advice. Guys, seniors, friends, members of my esteemed class of 2009, it has been a pleasure and an honor to see 4 long, treacherous years with you at Phoenix Country Day School, which I'm actually working on a charter school, which would be Phoenix Country Death Metal School, which will have the motto, "Victory with Extreme Prejudice." But friends, colleagues, esteemed associates, if there's one piece of advice I can leave you with, it would most certainly be that know who your friends are and make those who aren't one of that group of who your friends are. Or, if that doesn't work, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Thank you for lovely 4 years.
That doesn't make any sense.
Eric, I swear to God.
Eric, some advice from you?
I would definitely say second semester senior year, don't take a history elective. I'm sorry for all the people who offer those, but you're going to end up wanting to drop it to go to Harvard Java. I'm sorry, Mr. Martin. I know your class is fantastic.
I wish I could have taken it, but I needed my 3 shots.
It's really fantastic. I love the class.
America and Asia, yeah. If you have to fulfill the requirements, it's definitely the way to go.
It's good.
I really enjoyed IR first semester.
And my advice to everybody still at PCDS next year and future years is enjoy your time at PCDS, because why not? Why not?
I would also say, join the jazz band.
Join jazz
There's
band.
absolutely no other course of action
I don't
that makes
understand
any amount of sense.
Why wouldn't you join jazz band?
I hear that there are other classes like choir.
Choir. It's
choir.
Pish posh.
Yeah.
I think there's a strings option as well.
Strings.
Strings, like those things they make clothes out of.
Like,
why would I want to do that as an elective? Listen,
jazz band.
Yeah, jazz
I really
band.
wish Dave Rowe was here, but he ditches out kind of early.
Yeah, he goes on his runs. He's a character.
But if you need any haircuts, Salon Exodus.
An Exodus
on 24th Street in Indian School.
Owned by our very own David Rowe.
David Rowe.
Superlative.
Great prices.
Stylistic.
Great prices. Great haircuts.
Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Yeah, that's their motto, actually.
Salon Exodus. Check it out.
Check it out.
Right next to Trails.
Holla at your boy. Right next to Trails.
I think I went about 15 minutes over, and if the advice wasn't the last thing you guys have to say, is there anything to say? I gotta finish it up.
Peace, love. God, Jesus.